Salamanders be problematic. You think for most enemies I can just walk away, but those would be too fast. And bats are too fast too, but they are bats. Exactly. Not a huge deal when we can just keep them off our backs with IMB. Salamanders probably would be an issue though. An ogre mage, which I know I've seen before here in the center, not an ideal. I mean, we can get high evasion with the acrobat, which is kind of nice, but I think I might just leave. Best thing I could get from this is some fire resistance, which, don't get me wrong, I would love to have, but it's not a huge deal. We've gotten a decent little chunk of experience just from wandering about. Ooh, also, didn't realize a bunch of stuff had hit its caps. Am I happy with 3% and 5%? Might want to ignite poison just a smidge higher. Also, I'm terrible for bonking the mic today, I apologize. But let's learn a small bit of transmutation, since that will be useful even in the future for whatever plans we may have in store. And then I think we will play it safe, and I'm just going to head out, much to my own chagrin. My mind is telling me no, but my body's telling me yes, so such is the way of life. Let's just keep chugging along here, keep trekking, and feeling a little bit safer about our odds moving forward. I mean, when we're already doing this well and we have so many decent tools at our disposal, it feels kind of silly to push ourselves even the slightest bit outside of the comfort zone, and instead, let's just play it safe, live to fight another day, maybe make it home safe to our families. That would be nice. And not too shabby against all the Hydras. Cane Toad, holy moly, you actually did surprisingly well, my friend. I thought that Fulminant Prism would very much do you in. There we go. I guess the low end is that 3 damage, which you hope doesn't happen, but you never know. But let's just run away from the bear while we regenerate just a smidge of mana here. And then we can again just get a little wacky with it. Oh, I hate that. Cane Toad has joined the party here. The bear is kind of keeping us safe for the time being, but it's not something we can necessarily rely on forever. So let's instead throw that out there, and we'll just try and kill the Cane Toad right there. Beauty. An enemy can roll good with AC if they have any. Yes, this is definitely true. No, you can have Fulminant Prisms that do nothing. It's just not exactly what you're hoping for in any given situation. Also, I probably should be using some OTR against these sons of guns. Anything that's not poison resistance that comes in herds seems like a pretty nice way of dealing with them. In fact, as we've stopped relying quite so much on Magic Dart and Searing Ray, what I think I will do is some swap in here. Let's swap E for A, and let's swap F for B. Now I just have to remember that I've made these swaps, and we'll be sitting pretty. Ooh, the Book of Blasting. If I remember correctly, this is a good one. Oh, it just says LRD that we didn't know, but I think it normally has, like, is it IMB? I should have probably read it on the floor before picking it up just to refresh my memory. I just know that I like seeing the word blast, because I am a bit of a blaster caster myself, you see. And, ooh, a little bit of a Spriggan Forest. Shouldn't be too dangerous for us to deal with. Again, we could have also used OTR there. And in fact, I mean to. So let's do it. Ooh, we fail Ignite Poison. Whoopsie daisies. But no harm, no foul. Still able to take care of the majority of this lovely group here. Not too bad. Such a strong character would be a good time to start getting Stormform online. So we'd have to go up and buy the book in order to do that. How are we doing for money at the moment? I guess we can afford the book. And I do want at least Manifold Assault as well. Blink also would be pretty nice. Guess, is there anything that we currently have that I care for to a wild amount? Bornir's Vile Clutch would be nice as well. See, again, I'm not a convert to the Stormform quite yet. I don't expect that it would be impossible for me to come around to it because, hey, Bornir's Vile Clutch used to be in the same camp, where everyone told me constantly how incredible it was, and I just never really listened to them. So don't get me wrong, could have a similar thing going with Stormform. The only time I've really gone to use it, at least in recent memory, or that comes to mind, is our 15 rune run on Felid, and that was a character that I tried Stormform, and it was just so much more dangerous than statue form, and didn't have a huge improvement on my damage output, or it didn't feel like it at the time at least. And so it wasn't exactly the game changer that I had originally hoped for. But again, these things can definitely change, and I can learn and grow and discover whole new secrets to the life, the universe, and everything. So regardless, I would actually like some transmutations. So that's definitely fitting the bill here. I'll probably actually go higher than 8. But not 120. That corrects 27. There we go. Sounds like I didn't get it to high enough spell power. See, I'm pretty sure it was decently up there because my statue form was at like close to 100%. But definitely could have been the case. I think it's mostly that I didn't give it enough time. Like, I tried it in 1 or 2 fights, found that I was kind of getting my butt handed to me, and was like, why would I ever do this when statue form was doing the trick at the time? Oh, you know what? I didn't think you'd actually hit the mark trap. Turns out I'm stronger than I give myself credit for. Just absolutely blasted you into oblivion there. Whoopsie daisies. But yeah, I think it was more so just a question of my experience bias and the fact that statue form was doing just fine on its own. But I've also was never much of a user of dragon form until I played my ogre character, and now I've come full 180 on that. Now I just want every character to be a dragon that assaults everything on the screen with the manifold variety of attack. On your Demon Song Conjure run, you have 30 AC and 37 evasion in storm form. See, that's not too bad. I mean, sure, you could have like 40 AC in statue form and have some amount of resistance to torment, which I think is what I always kind of tunnel vision on, but I can definitely see it. Again, I do think it's just a question of anecdotal bias and what I've done in the past kind of leading me to make simple reductions in the usefulness of different spells. So hey, maybe this run will be an opportunity to try it again. Regardless, again, we will be wanting some level of transmutations for that dream dragon form, or at the very least statue form at some point in the future. A bit less necessary on a demigod because we have such ridiculous stat lines across the board. We can kind of afford to go a little more hybrid-y, but we'll see how it goes. Statue form, dragon form are fine with just getting online, but storm form you want to get higher spell power, so it plays a bit differently than what you're used to with the other ones. Fair enough. That definitely makes a decent amount of sense from my perspective. Let's blast you kids, and then ignite any and all poison. Beautiful. Fortunately, the barbs wear off before these sons of guns come into view, but it shouldn't actually be too much of a problem anyway. It's more of a convenience factor than any real risk aversion. And otherwise, we should be looking pretty good here, sitting pretty, and feeling alright. These cane toads are somewhere, though. Okay, where'd you kids get off to? I mean, that's potentially one of them. Not sure if it's the same cane toad. Also, don't know why I bothered with Olgrebs, but hey, here we are. But okie dokie, regardless of what we do here, let's go up and buy the Atlas, because I do want to learn Blink immediately as a nice little bit of a panic button. And then we can keep our eye on Stormform and Manifold Assault as we go. Inescapable Atlas, please and thank you. So Alchemy I wanted for Irradiate, which I probably still have high on the menu. Dangerous Friends can come a bit later. Spellforge Servitor will be something we want before the end game, but I'm not in a huge rush necessarily. So yeah, let's buy Alchemy right away. Spend all of our hard-earned cash, and then we'll head back to Lair real quick. Like, also right, I brought a drink, but I did not pour it, so let's remedy that situation immediately here, shall we? Also, finally had a full inventory, so it's probably about time that we did a little bit of a cleanup here. Definitely don't need the whip. I don't think we'll be using the glaive. It's still kind of tempting to get that resist poison, but I like our 48 intelligence. I don't mind that one bit. All of this stuff, though, we can kind of leave for now, drop onto the ground. And let's read a couple more of these identify scrolls. I was hoping for a blinking. I guess we could still get one. Hey, perfect. It's exactly what we were dreaming of. And then we can just get a move in here. Set up a nice little corridor of death and destruction for our lovely Hydra pal. Fantastic. In fact, I will throw another one right there, and that should just about do the trick. Yes, you too could benefit from a good amount of prism action. Perfect. And not too shabby. Make a lot of noise, but that just brings our enemies to us, much to their chagrin at the end of the day here. I don't mind whatsoever. Perfect. Ooh. It's kind of running low in the magic department, but I think I have enough to do some hurt here. Let's blast you back. Ooh, just barely running out. I guess I can finish you off with a wand instead. Oh, not quite. Maybe a second wand? Perfect. I mean, don't exactly have evocations training, but you never know when they're at that last sliver of red health. It can always feel like they're but a couple of damage points away from death and destruction. Fantastic. After playing a bunch of meteorons, it's taking you a moment to not get stressed with the normal playstyle. Oh, I can only imagine. I'm going so slow, I'm wasting time. I waited like 300 turns for no reason whatsoever. How could I possibly get away with it? I can only imagine. I will probably have a hard time learning meteorons when they do finally make it to stable branch. I'm excited for them because I enjoy species so much when they change your paradigm and make you learn completely new styles of playing. I think that's one of the coolest part of any species. But it will definitely also be a learning experience on top of that. Hello, my moccasin friend. Not too bad here. We're just about cleared with the first section of Lair. Definitely hasn't been too rough in terms of difficulty here, which I'm very happy about. Let's read another ID here and explore what will most likely... Sorry, as I choke on my drink mid-sentence. Most likely be the last floor of Lair we do for the time being here. But we can blow all of you kids up. Perfect. Chance mutations is up to 10, so let's actually see where we're sitting. Oh right, I was supposed to learn Blink by now. Irradiate, fully castable as well. Love it. Manifold Assault, actually not too far away, and Stormform is a ways off. We will probably have to start training some air before that gets brought online. But I will train a little bit of translocations at least a smidge here. And I would like to learn Blink, please and thank you. Beauty. And I've failed OTR way more often than I thought I would at 2%. I mean, obviously not bad enough that it's actually been a problem whatsoever, so I'm not exactly complaining, but maybe just a little bit I'm complaining. Perfect. Finally managed to win one. It's so different. Yeah, I'm excited for when they come out for sure. A Colgate with your Demon Spawn Conjurer, you got Stormform online by layer 4. Probably much easier with Demigod. If we did nothing but focus it down, especially from earlier on, for sure. But again, I'm not in a rush. Conjure gives me enough tools that it's not that huge of a deal to drop everything just to get it fully online. I only do that with spells that I personally have that like bias towards, where I just love them, and so I have to get them online and castable. OTR Ignite combo is kind of in that department where I will drop everything just to get them online, but not quite there yet on my end with Stormform. Though again, I'm ready and willing to have my mind opened up in that regard. Likely in your Meteor run, you didn't have enough clock and lair to safely get to slime and back for your third rune, so you had to do Abyss. See, that's the exact kind of puzzly nature of it that I'm very excited for. So different from your kind of classic playstyle, and I absolutely love it. It's that exact kind of anecdote that I live and breathe for. Okie dokie. We're gonna start heading through Orc here, since I feel like we have a lot of good tools at our disposal, and it's a very nice source of experience. Ooh, except Donald. Hello, my friend. I mean, OTR Ignite Poison is pretty solid against you. You don't have any poison resistance, so that's kind of nice. I could also drop some of these on you. Let's see how this goes, and hopefully you're dead before we get too far. Fantastic. Then we don't have to change our mind too much on the fly there, and can just roll with the punches here. You do love to see it. Oh, hello, friends. Too close, too close. I respect and need my personal space. If you could all just give me a little bit of room to work with, that would be fantastic. Thank you kindly. Ooh, that's a lot of friends. I think we just ignite though, and you're dead. Okay, beauty. Now this is where the hubris starts kicking in to full power. So let's start to be a little bit cautious as to how much I'm leaning into avoiding that versus kind of just ignoring it and hoping that it won't be a problem. Gotta do a little bit careful. You do it pretty much with anything that you transition into, which is that, okay, the dropping everything to get it online. I mean, definitely is a good way to go about it, especially since that does fit in nicely with my usual, like, I don't want to think too hard about what I'm training, because then you're just training whatever you want to have online next. But again, not quite at that point yet with Stormform. Maybe you'll make a believer out of me yet. We'll see how it goes. You want to minimize the XP spent that does not help you immediately. So yeah, this kind of character is where I start to lean away from that. I think I'm on the same page in general, but fortunately, we have a lot of the tools at our disposal to survive the majority of situations, so now we find ourselves with the luxury of being able to faff it a little bit. We can throw experience around to slightly unnecessary places without too much issue, and it's not the end of the world. But hey, I may come to regret those words in this very run. Just give it a little bit longer here. But we'll start training a little bit of air magic on the side now that translocations is coming up to a good level. I also should learn Irradiate, but I'm worried about our spell levels. So actually, it might be the spell casting for me as well, just in the background here. But Saint Roca means that I'm probably leaving Orc for the time being. I don't really care to risk anything further there, and let's instead finish off the rest of the regular dungeon. We have seen Visible, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable against most of the threats we should run into in this normal area. And shouldn't have too much trouble getting a nice little bit of experience. And maybe having some stuff ready for those S branches. I feel pretty comfortable with Spider. I would prefer, rather, to have some amount of poison resistance, but it's not strictly necessary. And the main reason why I'm okay with Spider is that IMB becomes really strong. Fulminant Prism as well is just truly incredible. Okay, perfect. You woke up. I was worried you weren't going to get hit by my Fulminant Prism. That's fine. But so if you transition to another build, you do not spend any XP into that until you are ready to fully commit, until you get it online. No, definitely fair enough. I can respect that. Let's put down Fulminant Prism there. Hopefully it takes out those Sons of Guns a little bit. You can see Wolf Spider is a wee bit scary for sure, and definitely want to get next to my new yak friends as soon as possible. Oh, hello, you're surrounding me a wee bit, but that's fine. I understand it. I'm a very popular demigod here. I too would want to get as close as possible. It's only natural, really, at the end of the day. But okay, hopefully this gives us a chance to actually heal up and regain mana, because that was starting to get a little bit out of hand. Nothing we couldn't handle, of course. Never a doubt in my mind. But still slightly terrifying. And another Hydra. Honestly, just feel slightly bad for these Sons of Guns. They are kind of top predators in their own field. And they don't quite have what it takes to take out little old me. Again, we are a demigod after all, so maybe that's a bit fair. Don't attack my prisms, please. That is very rude, and I do not appreciate it. There we go. Don't you feel like an idiot now? Speaking of idiots, hello Phantasmal Warrior. You could just back right off. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so this is probably an area that I should just leave. Hey, oh whoops, I accidentally cast IMB instead of walking away. That's my bad. Let's try that again. Oh, and a fire giant. Oh no, this is immediately gone horribly wrong. Well, this was very much my bad, but we're gonna play it safe here and just blink out. There is still that Phantasmal Warrior, but they were on the wrong side of a wall. Oh, you're fast? Oh, shoot. Whoopsie daisies. So I should have read Teleport right away. This is that hubris starting to cause some issues, all in all. So what do I do? Fear Scroll, pretty much guaranteed not to work. Summoning Scroll could put some bodies in the way, so that could be nice. We have a lot of heal wounds, so if I just have a little bit of time, then you're saying there's a chance. No silence on this character, though? No chance I polymorph you, right? No, not even a little bit. Well, this definitely started to take a turn for the worse much more quickly than I expected. We are evasive, so there is that. Still kind of hate it. Fulminant Prism is nice for stopping juggernauts. Very true. Yeah, just put something in their way real quick and waste their attack. You do love to see it. But okie dokie. Do I rely on a little bit of evasion to just start chugging heals here? Hope that this son of a gun misses us. Or, you know, I don't actually really know. Damage is strongly reduced by armor is not super useful for us at this time here. It all goes downhill so fast. Honestly, anytime you see these like fancy stone walls in the dungeon, it's probably not worth it the first time you get there. I mean, just look at this. There was Fire Giant, there's an Eden, this is a Reaver, is it? Tengu Reaver? Like, geez Louise. No thank you. But There might be a chance that we survive the gargoyle alone. I think I am going to go for the chugging strategy. Then they missed. This is good. I'm going to re-teleport. I'm going to try and blast you off me. And there we go. Ooh, boy. You know, just not worth it. Let's head to this stairwell. It's a little bit out of the way. And then I would like... Ooh, that's not safe. I would like to go here. And let's just continue exploring the rest of the dungeon. Hope that it's a little more sensical, a little more manageable. Not filled with depth-based monsters. And maybe, just maybe, we'll be okay. We'll just have to remember that D11 is terrifying. In fact, what I kind of want to do here is just drop exclusions on all of these stairwells so that when we head back up, it will prompt us with a little bit of a warning. Book of Chaos, hey? Disjunction and Discord are a fun combo. We'll have to keep it in mind for later, but there's no huge rush. On the other hand, I will immediately buy Potion of Resistance and the ID, and then let us identify some stuff, shall we? Let's go with potions now. See if we can't get haste. Beautiful, that's perfect. And mutation is not bad either. Not exceptionally useful to us immediately here, but in general will come in handy. Ooh, hello Urug. How's it hanging? At least they don't have poison resistance, so that makes it much easier to manage here. Conjure Ball Lightning is nice if I go into Air Magic and have our luck. Well, we are into Air Magic already, just with the whole Storm Form strategy coming into effect. So definitely something to think about. Let's blast you a little bit of Rug. And there we go. Terrifying, you and your javelins, but not quite terrifying enough, I'm afraid to say. And then we'll just get back on the road once more. What were we running from in Orc? It was St. Roca, right? Yeah, so actually, I'm still happy to not go back to Orc. Was thinking about it for a brief moment there, but I think that works out very much in our favor. Let's just step up here, get some full knit prism action going, and now we can check where this is. Not too close to the scary vault, but it's a little closer than I'd like. Do we have Arlek? We do, yeah. Just like Egley mentioned there, the helmet is Arlek, which is wonderful. So definitely fits the bill for us here. Let's slap this down real quick. Blast you kiddos off and get a small explosion. Not exactly ideal. Oh, hello, Josephine. Did you hear some noises? Was I being too loud? Were we partying too much? Me and my slime friends? That is a lot of negative energy. That is with... Oh no, RN was on our previous character. Never mind. This makes sense. Ghostly Fireball. Very scary. But we are just barely in range now, and we have friends too close. There we go. Now we're out of range of future fireballs. Of the ghostly variety, at least. Let's just get the heck out of there. I will go into travel excluded area. Thank you very much, game, for reminding me. But now we can probably head down here. Okay, I'm in a travel excluded area. This is true. In fact, maybe I just want to do baby exclusions. Here, let's start on this one since we're traveling here anyway. And take me away. Not too shabby. CBL always felt like a great way to kill your character accidentally, especially since I've never used Conjure Ball Lightning before. I am almost guaranteed to do exactly that, if I had to guess. But we'll see. Maybe we'll end up, again, trying something a little bit different, a little bit new. Always a fan of that side of the equation. Storm form is starting to slowly come down. I guess we're training pretty wide across the board here, but it's still necessary. We need those spell levels. Translocations, you know, I thought we hit it to 8, so it'll hit its cap pretty soon here and stop taking away experience. But I'm still happy to get that online because I will want Manifold Assault with the Stormform as the beautiful, the perfect complementary spell. Let's just keep blasting our slimy friends here. No problems. Josephine might have heard that again, and I honestly wouldn't mind if you did. Come at me, Josephine. Okay. Spoke too soon, especially since I immediately miscast OTR at 2%. Classic. But let us drop one of these out here. Take some free slashes at Josephine while we're at it. And then we'll just blast you. Perfect. Ooh. It's been a while since we had access to a treasure trove. A +8 demon blade. I mean, it's possible. It depends on how much I want to use a weapon moving forward. If we want to be kind of hybrid-y versus just lean fully into casting. Because if it's more so in column B there, then we might actually be good to just use all of our enchant weapon scrolls to gain access to Evolve. Definitely won't be the end of the world if that is the case. Not too shabby there as we take out that son of a gun. This vault is very interesting to me. It's a little too early for us to take it on now, but it's hard to say no to the Shield of Resistance. Just look at that son of a gun. Jeez Louise. So I'd actually like to annotate this branch real quick. 2 translucent doors. I mean, that's nice and all, but resist shield. Much more important to keep in mind. Beauty. Hopefully we can make use of that in the future, because it is well and truly incredible. It's just a bunch of ancient dragons, Michael. How hard could they be? You know, you have a point. Let's just crack this buddy open now. I'm sure it will go perfectly fine, especially with how the gargoyle fight that we recently engaged in went. That wasn't at all terrifying, right? I think we had it under control the whole time. Holy moly, though, this one tiny boulder beetle might be enough to kill us. You know, I thought they'd blink away, which is kind of why I just kept fighting. Oh, geez, that's embarrassing. Well, will Beetles punch way above their level? Oh, they definitely do. I was mostly hoping it would jump away so that then I could engage with, like, dropping a fulminant prism right in its path and ruining it. But, yeah, I'll always accidentally think too little of these buddies. I mean, you aren't fast? Wait, you aren't fast. How are you constantly getting back to me? I know you have roll and all that, but maybe I'm just failing to push you back with IMB. These things happen. So we could try 1 heal wounds, and that should give us back enough health to not die immediately. If they are foolish enough to jump away, that's perfect, but I think that that's slightly better than fear. It's tough, because fear scrolls do fall off. So do heal wounds, of course, but, you know, they're slightly more tangibly useful, at least for a little bit longer. I think we blow up our own fulminant prism there, but that is totally fine. Let's just take a slash. You're about to die anyway, I think. Oh, no. Silly old me. And let's just get the heck out of Dodge. No reason to fool around with those boulder beetles any longer. Let's play it safe. Oh, now we've added a custom annotation. The game will always be warning us. Trust me, game, it's fine. I was just excited. It's a good thing, really. Okay, buddy. Let's try this out one more time. Much better. Just need to make sure that I actually deal some damage instead of just putting everything in faith, trust, and a little bit of pixie dust. Poison is great against them, right? That's why I think I got that hubris engine rolling a little bit. It's because, hey, I deal poison damage. How could they possibly defeat me? Surely, that's not a thing.